thanks for everybody for coming. It's been, I know we just met just about maybe 10 days ago. Mostly, I know Claire and I, we spoke about using the VA. I'm just going to go right in. We don't really need to recap everything, I don't think, from the last meeting. I don't think too much, huh? Using the VA and marketing. I pulled a couple of things. I would recommend, there's a guy by the name of Alan Chadro. He does a lot of restaurants. I know him. He's got some different videos that he does. Most of the video overlays are just a voice. They use some drone features from the actual property itself, and then they talk about the property in general. That would be one start to promoting some of our properties. It doesn't necessarily have to be a restaurant. Obviously, a restaurant tells you about parking space and there's a lot of detail, but every property has a lot of detail anyway that can be discussed. We started talking about trying to set that up and then letting the VA basically put it out on all our different sites. I know we're going to meet up with Brandon next week to try and start up our social media accounts as well, trying to be a little bit more present with that. I am not very aware, although I do know where that these sites are, but I don't utilize them at all. But clearly we need to be. So basically right now, this meeting is about getting suggestions from you guys. What do you think we need to have? Just ideas, because it really is all about us. I think we should be advertising, this is my opinion. I think we should be I should be using Ricky's, advertising his properties. I think we should all be doing it all on our own personal, as well as our own, KW commercial Texas, or, you know what I mean, sites as well. Just all our properties. If we're really going to bring this in, I think that's really the best way, so that we can all promote each other and just kind of, and kind of pick each other up a little bit if possible. Are you guys comfortable with this? Are you in agreement? You don't like it? What? You're going to tell me, what is it? What don't you like?
If the VA does that, like, would the VA have all of our social media where they could go and post? So like,
Yes.
if you have something go live, then they go on all of our, is that kind of what you're saying?
Yeah,
'Cause that
you would
be
have to have
awesome.
let him have access to it.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that he'll keep it in a file, and unless you put something weird on your sites.
I don't,
Are you
because
sure?
Mitch watches,
Okay,
Mitch
yeah.
looks at my sites. So
Okay.
I have a site for my store. There might be weird stuff on that, but
Okay.
no, I'm kidding. There's not.
All right.
Biggest policy, I pay too much money for insurance, but I, plan on growing this company big, it's getting big. And so if anything happened, any kind of fraud, anything happened, scandal, whatever, I got $1 million policy. The work that he's doing right now for the 2 business brokers, they just rave about the guys that was before. That he's doing for them, he's learning their documents, their paperwork, everything. He's loading all the stuff up for them. He will do as much as you give him opportunity to do. So take advantage. In the beginning, you need to inspect when you expect. I want it to look like this, and you might say, hey, why not do it like this? You'll listen to them because they're younger than us. But the kid is good, and he finished higher than any virtual assistant I've ever had on the parts. He's probably the best in the country as far as how we test it. Some people test well, this kid tested the best.
So, I mean, that's just an idea. I don't know. I know you're doing a lot on your own just by your mass email blasts and all those types of things that I know I get from you.
I have a VA as well now. So
Okay.
I have personal working with Mike. So I'm showing him.
Guys, Ash has got a little of our VAs in case you're interested.
Yeah. So I just, it's been about 2 weeks. So he's learning the way I do it, because he's, it's different from residential and stuff like that. So figuring out how to make flyers, how to market, using the email blasts, figuring out, I mean, it's gonna take him time to get to the point, but like learning actual returns and cap rates. But he's doing a good job on the website. He's starting to do social media for me. He's learning flyers with RealNext, so I'm teaching him all these things step by step. So I know it's gonna take a bit of time, but once he gets an understanding of how I work and what I expect, I'm sure he'll catch traction and we can move faster. That's the way I look at it.
So he's using RealNex?
Yeah, I'm using Relink, so I give him access to mine, so he can, I'm showing him how to make
Okay,
my account. Yeah,
I wasn't sure because I know you were asking about it.
no, in my
How about-
account, then he's making flyers for that, and then, well, I'm doing it and he's watching me and he's learning as I'm going, so he's a quick learner, he's doing a good job so far, so.
Okay.
You guys, one thing kind of switching off, Comgate. You guys want to plus here, the rep from there, soon after. Yeah, he called me and asked if we want to do something like that. So you guys, some nuances to the program, so a lot of people don't know.
Yeah, bring him in.
It doesn't hurt to have him come visit, but from our experience, when we were paying for Comgate, the return isn't there.
Doesn't have
But-
much.
Much question it, I said, I'm not a candidate for you.
Well, it doesn't hurt to have him come talk.
If you didn't get over the seat and get anything out of it. He just said, I would love if you guys, the rep. And everybody else.
What's going on with Brexit, by the way? You have mentioned anything about that?
Well, yeah, that was the next topic we were gonna talk about. You
My bad. I'll let you take the lead. It's okay. Go ahead.
think, no, I mean, what do you want to know about
You got the list in
This
advance.
is my space.
But no, seriously though, what do you guys think about just promoting your actual, the video, whatever ideas like that sort of thing? I think we should kind of all be somewhat similar. I mean, I don't know, if we can all do our own versions.
You mean like, as in like a video for like,
Look, I liked what Seppi put forth. I thought it was actually,
oh, for listing, okay,
For
for
listing.
listing.
yeah, I thought she did a pretty good job considering.
One of the things we're gonna talk to Brandon about is doing videos with the agents, okay, and the logistics of that and having those accessible so that we can put them out. There are a lot of things that can be done, that we have discussed over the past couple of years that just, it's now time to examine them a little more closely. In agent blogs, having access on your landing page, getting this web page set up to where this is the KW Commercial Texas page, getting that set so that when people look at agents, they can click on it, they have a good landing page. Maybe a video interview, hi, I'm, whatever, and that sort of thing. As well as, getting some things fleshed out that we'll be working with Joshua. Joshua.
Elaborate on what you're thinking about the shared, the complementary of working with somebody else. What are you specifically having to do?
Whatever that you like, so if I'd made my own presentation or short video of a piece of property that I have listed, I would want to be able to promote it, but I'd also want somebody else to put it out there because I'm obviously representing my client. You would be able to do the same thing. I know Isa does it.
Well, this would be the idea that they're helping you find the buyer.
Yeah, well, and we would all be working together promoting, so maybe somebody who's following me would see something that Melanie has. And then the contact it'd be her video. It's not like, hey, call me, it's my property. But at the same time, it's getting out there, it's working as a team. Right,
The bigger houses.
right. And we're not, so that's what we were trying to do, like that was the whole plan of the year, right? To try and kind of bring us in together a little bit more. So we keep chipping at it, little by little as we learn. Yes,
Everybody does the same thing. Stephanie does something completely different than you guys. I asked her yesterday, would you be willing to do this is what I do. Would you be willing to share the secrets? And she's like, well, eventually she got out, yeah, I could do that. When you get a listing, say a listing, take outside of pocket listing, you actually have the listing, you have documents. Your marketing is different, each one of you does something different. Is there anything that you guys do as a platform that's consistent?
Well, that's what we're talking about right now. That's why I'm trying to have this conversation. No.
Why?
Just now coming together.
It's completely her fault.
I'm not blaming, I'm just asking for why. So we get past it.
Because we haven't been a group before.
We haven't really attacked it in this way.
It was kind of like,
So here's what we're doing on the last meeting, I'm just standing, we're doing this here. Taking the paid listing, it's one, I lost an agent today. I lost an agent who'd been with me for 10 years, a capping agent, and it's painful to lose her, because I love this thing. And she didn't know that we had a binding machine, the blue binding machine. They have that at this other company. Oh, I'm like, I have that fucking machine. But we never got the word out. So now the group decided smartly, we're gonna take, you just got a residential listing. Here's how you market that here's the stuff. I go to Trish and I get the book binding thing, and this is how I bind it, step by step. Here's where I get the open house signs, and they go to Trish, it's a video of every step of everything you can do with that listing. Because right now, you're kind of trusting that the coach is guiding you through if you're a brand new agent, but they're not, right? Everybody's gonna have something different. We should have foundational things I can choose to do automatically, so ultimately the customer wins. That's a good, right now, when you do a residential listing, it goes out on 330 residential real estate websites. But you better know how to tell somebody that, because I'm paying $12,000 a year for that service. I want my agents to know this. I assume they do. Probably 80% don't. So we're gonna fix that. Let's fix that on the commercial side today. When you get a true listing, what do you do, Clara? What are some of the things that are gonna happen automatically?
they go on to all the commercial listing sites immediately. We schedule a drone. Immediately, Steve, and we encourage our agents who can afford to do so. We encourage them to get a hold of someone who can do a drone. We recommend Daniel Torres because we know what his price is, and he does extremely good work. We encourage them to get a drone. He also does the photos. So it's one package. Get everything up onto the websites, make sure that they have their OMs done, and then start doing their distributions as far as marketing, sending out blasts. We have MailChimp that is set up to do that. I have distribution lists. You know, it's one of these situations where you can beat them over the head, but if they're not gonna do it, you know, or send the information, I'm here to give some instruction and give encouragement and answer questions, but I'm not their secretary.
Let's say somebody else who's got a listing. What can you do different than that? And eventually we'll get best practices for everything that somebody does. And so there's gonna be some people finding holes. Great.
I mean, I'm new. It's fine. Let's say, I think I find the process that I've been running with guys the best way. I mean,
Well, it's the way that you learn, right?
yeah,
I
I'm
know
learning.
that's gonna be good. But somebody is doing something else that would enhance.
That's what
it,
I
promise.
was gonna tell you. I was asking that how can I know who's the expert in what, who can teach me? Because I could find a lot of clients that could come or I can buy. Now I'm in the position of learning about workers or about restaurants or about, I do know people that I can bring or have needs. And it would be great that I could have that feed of the team that gives me more information so I can be more productive.
Well, was my point. I was because I don't have much of a presence out there, and I know that I would like to do something different. But at the same time, I'm surrounded, nothing wrong with residential agents, but I don't want to be on camera like that. You know, look at me kind of deal. I'd rather it be more property featured and you can just have my voice and I could describe it. I like that idea. I don't want to be in on it personally.
That's exactly Here is the last 4 to 5 days, what the consumer wants. Exactly what you said. They don't care about the agent. So the number one video now is on the number one response we're seeing now on TikTok. Agent, not agent walking. They don't want to see the person walking. They just want, here's the agent, here's the price, 1.3 million. And now the main shot of the agent, 4 shots are, there's one room, here's a pan of a room, 3 seconds, another room, and another room, maybe going in and out. That's the one that gets the engagement where the people stay on for the duration of that 15 seconds. We're trying to get them for that 15 seconds, not click, 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 click. And that's the one where we're seeing thousands of hits on the videos we're getting. So Joe Diason actually did a class on this the other day. It's pretty simple. It's using your camera, using a program, an editing program. He's got an easy one. And it's shot of you with the property behind you. Shot, 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 shot. 3 seconds, 3 seconds, 3 seconds. They don't care about seeing you.
Yeah. Well, thank you. You're very kind. Yeah, no, I am. And I'm not going to get a sign with my face on it, but that's why I'm talking about this. I want to hear it. Personally, I'm interested in hearing what you guys want to do because I just want to learn myself too.
Clara says follow that, big sign. It's probably the first one. But I think social part is probably something that we're all, there's not consistency there. And
Indeed.
I do think if we want, to work together as a team, we are talking to more business people than the consumer. So there should, if we're gonna do videos, there should be consistency. And, maybe it's a mastermind on what does social media look like from our commercial group.
Mm.
So there is consistency.
A little bit. I mean, we can all have our own personality or whatever our touches, but at the same time, you pretty much know what it's going to be a certain template, if you would. Go ahead.
One of the things that I discussed with Joshua, he's actually working on, the first thing that I've given him is our PI presentation to bring it kicking and screaming into the 21st century. But one of the things I did talk to him about is doing videos, property videos for the agents. And he's sharp. He knows how to do all of this stuff already. So, there are cutting edge AI tools that are coming out that, I'm going to be bombarding him with. Do you know how to use this? That are free, where you could have some pretty great videos done, and he can put your stuff together because he knows how to use all these programs like CapCut and stuff like that. So that might be a good way to standardize to a degree.
I mean, I know we all have our own personalities, but if I'm gonna use other people's video on my social, there's gotta be some consistency, otherwise we're gonna lose schizophrenic, right? It's just.
But I don't mean the extremity of someone's personality. I mean, there's going to be certain subtle differences for each one, but there should be pretty much a template to how we do each video. Exactly. And I agree with Michael. It shouldn't be some long, video. It needs to be, it's pretty clear people's attention span are short anyway, right?
Okay, the video is consistent and marketing of each other's properties are consistent. Then you're, whenever you're posting, I mean, Issa's the queen of it. I mean, that's your personality, right? If you're at different events and stuff, but if we say, if we're marketing properties that there's gotta be some consistency, or otherwise we don't want to look like we're all over the place.
Why not
Well-
make a uniform, have someone edit a uniform, like whatever, let's say, for example, you have a property, you make your own personalized video. Why not have someone edit a portion of it and make it uniform to KW commercial so we can all use it on our pages?
I
You
think,
understand?
yeah,
So let's say if you
these
have
are all
20
good ideas.
We
Yeah.
have a 25-second video, and out of that, we can edit out 10-15 seconds that, is uniform to us, just KW commercial, and we can also share it on our website, on our social media.
I think it's great.
And that'd be the best way to do it. Right, because the way I do it typically, when I get a listing, first thing I'll do photography, drone.
Yeah.
I mark it to my database first, right, because they're the ones who are the most loyal, so they always respond. I get like a 37-40% click rate. So I get that, then I'll put it on Prexy and CoStar, and then I gotta go from there, right, based on the market response, I gotta make adjustments. So I'll do step by step like that. But for the video, it's a great idea for everybody's social media page. So like, if you have a 25, let's make a 25-second video or 20-second video, and out of that 10, 15 seconds, we can make it uniform to KW commercial. So that way it's not individually you or ESA's or,
Right.
but everybody's.
Right.
You could even do it in the beginning and the end,
Exactly.
you know,
So you
have
can
an
make, like, the
animated
first portion of
beginning,
it-
informational end.
Like first portion of it, like if it's, let's say 25 seconds, first portion, 12 to 13 seconds can be uniform KW commercial style. The last could be uniform, personalized to you or whoever the listing is.
Because I don't use TikTok at all, but I know I should.
Yeah.
I'm now
That's
saying,
fine.
okay, before I thought, okay, it's China's gonna take over my phone, you know what I mean? But now it's like, look,
They all have-
I know that, I know, my current,
If I'm looking at whatever, screens like that, four screens. And I look at one and I stay on that for the duration of the video, immediately the algorithms are set up and it's gonna send me that over
Targets.
and over and over and over.
Targets.
Yeah, it's gonna target me. And so now you don't have anything in your background that says, I work for a TV place. It just knows I like that. And so if I looked at a commercial property and in the property, it's tagged commercial, it's tagged C-store, whatever, it's gonna start throwing those at me. So that's the reason why TikTok makes sense. Unfortunately, it isn't owned by China, whatever it is.
Right.
There's gonna be regulations, I'm sure, coming out of like.
well, anyway, but I need to get involved. That's what I want, that's why I'm interested in this personally, and I'm gonna use it. And but I'm listening to everybody, and so say, even if you're new, you have ideas, you're gonna see certain things that you like, you're gonna say, hey, I don't like this or whatever, I think we ought to say it. You're more than welcome to do that, yeah.
So I have the property in Natchez, Pasadena, the listing I have, the church, the vacant church.
Mhm.
I have a video drone shot of everything, and my step was gonna be to get the VA to help me edit it out. And then, use AI or use my voice to kind of talk about the property. And then I can kind of split it up into, let's say, make it 30 seconds. First 15 seconds, we can make it uniform to KW commercial. And the rest I can kind of personalize it my way. So it's something like that, right? I think that would work.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yes, the biggest commercial division, right, KW commercial is the biggest, that's good, and and we have the biggest commercial division within that commercial division. Let's focus on those.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. And I think we'll get a lot more attention, and we'd bring other agents here as well, which would be good.
The name of the app that Joe Theo's son at Share is Spark Camera.
Spark Camera.
But as we were saying yesterday, you gotta be like an engineer to use it. It's got a million features. Right. The Spark camera, super easy to use. Like he did one right there for the group. And it was pretty cool. On the fly, he did it in the house, knocked it out in seconds. Work on Spark camera. It uses the free version.
Yeah, he showed, I gotta practice, but I have it here. I have it, if you wanna share it, I can send it to you. We can send something.
Well, I'll definitely look into it tonight when I'm at the house.
It's there. Spark camera and video editor.
Spark SPA card. That's SPA.
Yes.
You wanna show?
Spark Camera.
4,000 hits on something, just like that.
I'll look it up.
Spark, SPARK.
Yes.
SPARK
Mm-hmm.
camera and video editor.
I just downloaded it.
If you can do it, anybody can do it. Yeah. So, yeah, you saw go ahead.
Just as oh, by the way, there's a brand new. Second, there is a brand new AI program that, that is called, it's from a group called RenderNet. And it's got it's a brand new AI program that will make your video for you and combine, if you upload your content, it will make the person an AI rendered person and lip sync. If you've got voiceover, it'll do the whole thing for you.
Hmm.
It's pretty scary.
It is creepy.
RenderNet.
Did y'all see BlackRock just bought Ancestry.com?
I just sent it to you.
Thank you. They did.
Copy and paste it.
Hey, man, that kid that tried to kill Trump worked for BlackRock. He's in a video and everything. Just saying.
Joe uses free version. So,
3 days free.
No, see, it gives you, like you record,
You'd have to type it in on your,
yeah, just paste
You
it
have
on the, open a new tab.
well, he's not on his phone. No, and he's have to put it on the computer.
Oh, yeah.
Type it.
I'm not on my phone's, oh gosh. Really? So what is it again? You make me do this? I don't even know.
See the link?
Yeah, but I'm not on,
Have a video.
Yes,
Joe
the
is on
different
us.
is part
Oh,
of,
okay.
yeah, they're different videos.
but is it, where is it? Where can I find it? On what site? Because I'm not gonna be able to send it to my, I'd have to get into my email and all that. I don't do all that. Anyways, hey, I ran into a situation and I was talking to, I talked to Clara first. But I had a client who needed a warehouse and he needed it really fast. It was a small space. It wasn't really big. It was only about he needed about 4,000 square feet. He ended up taking 5, but he needed a loading dock. There aren't a lot of like full loading docks available for a 5,000 square foot industrial building. In addition, it was very specific in an area. Okay. He needed it really quick. We signed the lease. The very next day, he was getting a delivery coming in, and this was like on the 28th of June, and the lease didn't even start for July 1, but they let him make this delivery and drop his stuff up and just keep it inside the building. When a situation like that is moving so quickly, it leaves room for a lot of things missed. You can't really check things on the building. You can't really say, okay, the AC unit is how old, and make sure that the landlord can get back and get that information back to you quickly, even though your client is going to be held accountable and responsible for the AC unit over the term of the lease, right? If something were to go wrong, which is standard. So that was just one example of things that I was not able to get answers on. So I was saying to her, why don't we create a sort of checklist on each situation? So when we do competency training courses and whatnot, situations that we've experienced that maybe something had forgotten, little things like that. Do you think that would be something that you would use?
As I said, I think we have, I have not had a chance yet to dig through all of the several hundred documents to try and find it.
Right on. Well, maybe we should pull it and then we can go over the scenarios in the next competency training thing, and we could pick it. Not that 420 isn't important, but you know what I mean? But in general, well, I know, well, we don't all have stores. I mean, just two of y'all do.
No, actually, no, I think that's a great idea. I just did same Price University, so I got a lot of like checklists and a lot of new things.
I'm just saying, because or say an office space, not every office space has a hot water heater. Little things like that where you would be able to check and see. I don't know.
But so we could probably find lists all over the place.
And in the meantime, you would hear stories and whatnot and learn a bit more about each classification in that situation, whatever might happen, it might be, help a lot of people kind of step up as opposed to learning in that moment. Because each situation like this, I'd never had somebody need a space, you know, in 2 weeks and found a space and moved in.
It's kind of what we were doing in collaboration meetings, is if somebody had something that they didn't see before, or they had questions that people were trying to.
Yeah, but Wayne sucked.
That's,
Okay, okay.
You know what I mean? That was the problem with that. But he did. He was,
There's some truth.
again,
He
if
sucked.
we, we talked about maybe
You know.
the second half of that, the meeting on Monday to have that collaboration, so there still could be the training and then it's for marketing properties, or hey, I just ran into this. I mean, the land I sold was a disaster with Fort Bend capacity. All of a sudden, they didn't have capacity and I had to buy it. And then I had to jump through hoops to try and see if I could get capacity there and not lose its field. So there's definitely, everyone has its own.
is that, you want to watch this video? It's Joe's.
That's a good.
Can I click on, can you hear it? Okay.
Hey, we're at this place, we're talking, look at everybody, and we're pretty, blah, blah, blah.
Okay, so basically what.
Which one is the best one to look at? This one here? Safia. I see
Did
Safia.
you take it from the beginning when he shot it?
It was only 5 seconds though.
20 seconds on the top. Third one from the left, top. 20 seconds.
Is,
but that's not-
that's Safia's. I'm looking for one that he may have made.
So basically they're short clips and then it puts it all together.
Anyway, that was just something I was thinking about, and we could do it per situation. And we could discuss it and then create our own, if you pull them from certain plate, wherever you said that Rice or wherever. Might open up, and then you're not so dependent on, hey, this is where it is, and you just basically have like an open discussion. I don't know, just a thought. And then maybe we'll get a little bit more turnout as well.
So yes, it's very short clips,
Yeah, that's not it.
And they're stitched together.
yes, exactly.
Well, Crexy, what, go ahead.
Seven. I think that was. His group. Anyway, an outside broker that was looking at us to come across with the team. And he had visited with Prexy and, we haven't negotiated rates, we have negotiated rates with, Prexy.
Joel. So you're talking about.
Yes, Velasquez. Anyway, Steve had negotiated a rate probably 3 or 4 years ago now with, Prexy. So Michael asked if Steve could reach out again. You wanna tell him what happened?
Yeah, whenever I talked to him, he said the only person on that he showed was me as energy corridor. And he said, what they need. I can't tell him how many people we have using it from our office. We don't have a list, and he doesn't have a list, I don't know why. But how do we get a list of all those, if we're gonna start using KW Commercial, Texas, okay, if we're gonna start using that, then let's start using it to our advantage and just tell them the whole office, whether it's Ada, whether it's somebody from our group, whether it's.
Sure, there's economies of scale, right? One
Yeah.
thing we have about it.
Because basically what he told me is, you guys are getting the best deal I've ever seen. And I'm thinking, well, that's not what I was told. 180 is what we were told. He said, well, I don't know what you're talking about. He said, I haven't seen anything cheaper than 200.
There's a one in small chance that this guy was bullshitting.
that's.
What? Come
Maybe
on.
one in
It was totally true.
just point one, you know, I mean, you may have been point blank, just.
You don't know
Screwing me
the
over,
plus.
but he seemed like a nice guy. I think he was a no.
I was interviewing.
He's talking about the person he was talking to. You're talking about the rep.
Yeah, I'm
You're
talking
talking about the rep.
Two different people.
And the other guy, the guy that you were talking to.
yes.
And he may have been talking out of butt. But, it's, all I know is, I told this guy, we'd like to have better pricing, but he needs numbers. And I can't give him those numbers if we don't. Are you using Crexi?
No, no.
Huh?
When I got my post from her, and I gave up Crexi.
Okay, I don't know who all is
You
using
know,
Crexi.
this is everybody in the database that practices commercial.
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
It was sent out. This is how we communicate, WhatsApp.
I'm gonna have to reach out to the individual.
It'd be
We got
nice
about, we got about 3 responses.
So it's the- it's not pricing, it's product.
Why can't, is there any way that corporate can negotiate for, I mean, we have a lot of agents. And
I think they are. I think they're working.
They're trying.
Because Alicia had mentioned that they were coming up with something from Crexi. I just haven't seen.
The last time that she divulged a number, it was what we were already getting.
Okay.
So, which is, I think they charge like four something, that's their rack rate
Okay.
is four something, so, 200 a month was like, but we're already getting
How much are you guys paying for that?
two. 200.
how much are you paying?
250.
Okay, see, you're supposed. And
And I'm on KW commercial.
what they said is everybody needed to join at once.
No,
And
that wasn't the
that
agreement.
was not what we had talked to Searles.
Oh, that was the thing, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but what we need to do is go to them and say, look, this is how many agents we have with our office that are actually using Crexi. I don't know how many we have. He was kind of implying that we had one agent and that was me.
Well, and that's pro, right? Because I put my listings on Crexi, but, so I'm marketing
talking
there,
about-
but I'm not, I got rid of my pro.
Are you using Pro?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, that's two of us. That's
Yeah.
twice as many as what he told me. So
We just increased it by 100%.
I know, but I don't know how many we have.
I know Reggie said that she has it.
And Susie also said it. I noticed that name.
75, something, 7, right?
see, and we've told people,
Right,
you
right.
gotta,
But see, if they don't, if we. This guy, he indicated that, well, it's. We need to have 10 come across all at once. As opposed to trickling in as they join. And it was hard for me to really have too much of a conversation with it because I don't know how many we have here.
I mean, that's 4 right there.
If you did know, he wasn't telling.
Yeah, I mean, that's 4 right there.
All right.
Said Susie, you and me. That's
And
4
he
right there.
wasn't-
Who else has it?
So I need to find out who all we can get that from. I don't know
I
how.
would just look at WhatsApp. You're not responding.
So this is where we put all the short clips for different
luxury.
properties.
that's
Uh-huh.
for luxury.
Yeah, and then it's like different agents just loading their videos.
So is this on, with a Google Drive or something?
Uh-huh. Mhm.
Is that different agent, is that different properties?
Yes, some of them are the same
So,
property.
Why not do something like this, but on our website? So people can see.
We can, that's one of the things we're gonna be.
That's what we're working on. We're gonna have the VA kind of set it all up, and that's what we're trying to channel in. So the whole point is, and so you guys have ideas, send them out. If you think of something or you see something, an example of something that you really like, show it.
Okay, real quick, we jumped back to the videos with regard to Crexi, okay? I need to know who would use Crexi at the discounted rate if we're able to get less than $200 a month. That's one of the big things. Oh, absolutely. Now, with regard to Susie Griswold, Susie was with, I think you said Susie, didn't you mention
Yeah,
Susie?
Susie said
Okay,
that she had like two
Susie
separate
came to
files.
us, but see, Susie came to us from, KW Professional, which is up in Spring. She had her rate when she was there. So what we have to do now is convert her over, but if people don't say something, if I don't know that you're paying more than the 200 a month, we can't pick up the phone and rag Crexy because we have the agreement in writing. And we need to
The
smack
only
them.
person he had from Energy Corridor was
And he doesn't know what he's doing. You managed to get him to call you back. I've been trying to reach the same guy for a couple of months because Sean is now over San Antonio, Austin, and we are considered, strangely
But that
enough,
same
central.
gentleman, he's not the individual I should be talking to, even him.
Not to negotiate.
He said you need to talk to some other people who he said, you know, have them call me back. But there's no point in them calling me back if I don't know stuff.
Well, with Craigslist, the thing is, that even when you go to the accounting section, your account section, it doesn't give you any details, you can't update your credit card information, you can't see how long your account is, because you haven't, I don't know if you've ever checked. You can't see how, because you have to be, right, like, they said, 30 or 60 days before your renewal date, it's going to want to cancel. You can't just cancel outright.
Uh-huh.
So it's like, mine is in October, so if I decide not to go with that, let them know 30 or 60 days before that. Otherwise, it automatically.
So they're like CoStar.
Yes,
Okay,
but at least I'm close, I can see my subscription, what I'm getting. I can't tell you.
okay, so we need to get that
I
rectified.
don't know when my renewal is, I called them, they said, well, let's talk to them, just to
Okay.
find out, get an idea, because I'm using CoStar more than Craigslist recently.
I need
Yeah.
to start more than.
Yeah.
Text
you too.
me.
Oh, CoStar.
Well, text me what that problem is so that we can rag them.
I mean, that's like, it's no point, I mean, it doesn't provide as much data, and their comps are way off. I don't think I use the comps.
No,
No, I use them.
we use them for leads.
Expensive, but it's-
Yeah.
We use them for leads.
But
And and in all fairness, what a lot of people are doing, what we've told them to do, if they don't, they want their listings up on Crexy in order to get the lead
Yeah,
information. Well, but what our agents are doing within our group is they're putting their stuff up, but then you have the ability to add an agent from your group. They add Steve has Pro, then
Oh.
we forward them the lead information.
James.
Well, but that's what they told us we could do. So that's what we do. But if someone doesn't want to wait, they want to be able to go in and
Yeah,
do
yeah.
whatever at 200 a month,
Well, I mean.
but you have to be
Alright,
generating.
so totally-
There it is. Is that it?
I don't wanna cut in, you wanna.
Yeah, we're good.
So, you were there. Team meeting. Honor of that.
Professional, over the top, highly produced.
Okay, so what he's showing you here works for commercial too. Let's make sure you're thinking this only works for residential. It's wrong. It works for somebody who's viewing. They viewed something that was commercial property. This will immediately be put in queue if you have a commercial property. That's how cool this is. This is why this works. Now, how do you get them to stay on your commercial property instead of scrolling through? It's by doing this.
So first thing, how do you video it? Okay, super easy. It's a selfie. Look at it. You can video it off your camera. No app. Okay, so totally. Oh, here's that. Okay. So we're gonna do that right now. Hey, we're at this place, we're talking, look at everybody, they look pretty, blah, blah, blah. That's segment one. Segment two. Now look at the other play, oh, no, I'm not talking, this is where I'm gonna add music. Then I'm gonna go to another scene. There. I'm gonna do another scene, there. And then I'm gonna do another C, doesn't matter. There. How many clips? Okay, one with an intro, what I'm talking, another 4. That's your workflow. Now you put it together. How do you put it together? Okay, there's 2 apps that I currently use. And they're Apple-based. How many are not Apple-based? Sorry.
Okay,
All right, so the first is called Spark Camera. The one that is.
See like part badly.
The one that's, it's called Spark Camera, the one that is. Device independent is called CapCut. CapCut is like one of those apps that you use that I feel like an engineer or someone with a physics degree has to use. But it's like, it's intense.
I love it.
She loves it because she is a rocket scientist.
Just
That's
to be a rocket
right?
scientist.
So I hate it because there's
One of
too
our
many widgets, I can't focus, and then I get distracted because there's too many widgets. Oh, look at this, I should add that. What about this? And a bunch of. Okay? So the other one's Spark Camera, and it looks like this.
The one with the video editor or?
Yes.
Let's do,
This is a Wi-Fi editor, video editor for, let's see.
all right, so because you took too long, I stopped it.
So, first thing, how do you video it?
No.
Remember those videos that I just took? Okay, all right, let me retake it. I took it outside the app, which retake the same exact videos in this camera. You see that button? That's all I get. Awesome. Push the button and start video. Okay? Put it around. Okay, here we are, blah, blah, blah. First segment, yada, yada, yada. Okay, I'm gonna go to my second segment. Here's my second segment. Make sure to do at least 3 seconds. Third scene. Fourth scene. Fifth scene.
Are you switching on and off between each one, or is it
Yes,
color
ma'am.
coding itself?
It's color coding itself every time I push the button. Great question. Awesome. So in the thing, they have, here we are. Yeah, first segment, stop. Stop talking. Okay. So they have default music. I haven't bought
That's
any
all
of
you
the.
guys need, but just know, if you just do that with this program and you upload it to TikTok, you're gonna get hits. If you put some text in, it's gonna increase the algorithms in your favor. Commercial property or something like that. Now it's gonna get ported into everybody who was looking at a commercial property. Your odds just went up a billion-fold. That's how this works. So I can encourage you guys to take a look at it.
So anyway,
So we're gonna try and figure out this out. Okay,
Go to your son. This month. Nice try.
It's good on YouTube too, get a crash course in it too. Yeah.
yeah. You know, and
This is what the algorithms are today. And they'll change again. But they found people would just, they see you start to talk and I'm swiping up. You show me this, boom, 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 boom. That's our attention.
that's it, right? So, I mean, I know I need to get into it, definitely, because it's time really for me to take my business to another level. So, you know, get involved, is what I would say. Does anybody have any questions or anything like that? Or anything to say? Ricky? You sure? Okay. All right, thanks, guys. Appreciate it.